If you're watching this video, chances are that you're excited about the prospect of working with college students. You can't wait to see students' lives be transformed as they place their faith in Jesus Christ. And not only that, but you're passionate about turning Christian students into a missional community that exists to reach and to renew the campus around them. And as these students graduate and go where God sends them, you know that the world will forever be changed because of the seeds that you have sown. You are ready for the adventure of a lifetime. You are ready to join InterVarsity staff. But there's this one small thing that prevents you from taking the next step. And it's called fundraising. You see, fundraising is so intimidating and daunting that it scares off even the most enthusiastic and qualified applicants. Let's face it, support raising is a pretty risky endeavor, and it requires a serious dose of faith. But I think the bigger barrier is actually the unknown of fundraising. And as we have all these questions, how does one fundraise? Will I alienate all my friends and family? And will it make me feel like a pushy salesperson? You see, I'm convinced that if the truth about the InterVarsity fundraising model got out to people like you, that many, many more leaders will realize that it's not nearly as difficult as we envision it to be. And as a result, that many, many more leaders will apply and join InterVarsity staff and pursue this God-given dream to change the world, one college student at a time. And so in the next few minutes, I'm just going to walk you through an outline of the InterVarsity fundraising model. And my hope is that this will calm your worries and fears and lower the mental barrier to joining InterVarsity staff. So let's get started.
When we think about fundraising, we sometimes think about a door-to-door vacuum salesperson. Cold calls, manipulative sales pitches, getting the door slammed in our face. Probably not for me. But the InterVarsity fundraising model is actually built around relationships and vision. It's about relationship because we want true partnership. We don't want donors who just give, but we want donors who know us, love us, and believe in us. And we want to care for our donors through getting to know them, praying for them, and thanking them regularly for their gifts. But it's more than relationship. It's about vision. We invite donors to invest in the vision God has given us for the campus. We're communicating, if you are passionate about InterVarsity's vision, please gladly give. But if you're not, give as God leads you elsewhere. The bottom line is this: we want to build a support team that loves us, wants to relate with us, and cares about what God has called us to do. So how does this happen? Well, we first make a list of potential donors. This list includes anyone who might possibly be interested in learning about what you're doing. Think about high school friends, college friends and professors, church friends, churches, your family, family friends, businesses, social clubs, sports teams, Facebook friends, and so on and so forth. They don't even need to be Christian. They just need to have some kind of relationship with you. If you work hard enough, you could probably come up with at least 150 to 200 names. Next, we identify the first 10 or 20 people that we want to connect with. These are probably the people we think will most likely give and whom we have the most relationship with. We draft and send a letter to those 10 or 20 people. This letter announces our intentions to join InterVarsity staff. It's the equivalent of a save-the-date card because next we call each person we sent a letter to. In our conversation, we focus on one thing. We ask the person for a face-to-face meeting during which we share our vision and invite them to join the support team. Because we are clear about the purpose of the face-to-face meeting, it's easy for our potential donors to decline the meeting if they don't want to give. This also means that when we have a face-to-face meeting, we have a fair degree of confidence that they're interested and want to give to our ministry. No more slam doors. During a meeting with a potential donor, we spend some time building relationship with them. We ask lots of questions, like what was your college experience like? Or how did you begin to follow Jesus? And at some point in the conversation, we share our vision for the campus and explain how we fit into that vision. After all that relationship building and vision sharing has taken place, do we finally discuss our financial needs. We present a program budget that shows roughly how we allocate our time as InterVarsity staff. Then we use a gift plan and ask the donor simply and concisely if they would like to join the support team. If our potential donor has followed us thus far in the conversation, chances are they'll respond positively. We follow up after the meeting to make sure the donor knows how to send money to our national office or how to enroll in our automated monthly debit program. Then we write a thank you note and keep that person updated via prayer newsletters. And we repeat the whole process with another 10 or 20 names until, by God's grace, we arrive at full budget.
No high-pressure asks. No door-to-door vacuum sales. We raise support for what God has called us to do through relationships and through vision. And if you don't remember everything in this video, don't worry. Because if you're hired and you start employment with InterVarsity, we will train and coach you through this process in detail. And you are not alone. We will walk alongside you every step of the way. And lest we forget, our God can provide immeasurably more than we can even ask or imagine. And if God has personally funded thousands upon thousands of InterVarsity staff over the past years, He can certainly do the same today. So what are you waiting for? Apply for InterVarsity staff today.